Hi grade 12s, welcome to Financial Mathematics. A lot of grade 12 financial mathematics is heavily dependent on the concepts we've learned in grade 11. Hence in this video, we're going to do a quick revisions on some of the formulas that we used in grade 11 to calculate and attempt financial mathematics exercise. All right. Simple interest. Simple interest is given as A is equals to P into 1 plus IN, where your A is the accumulated amount, your P is your principal amount or what you invest initially, your I is the effective interest rate, and your N is the period of your investment. How long are you investing your money for? That will be represented by N. Simple interest just means the interest that is added on your investment is the same for the period of your investment. So if initially you invested 100 Rand and you expect to get 10% per year, which will be 10 Rand, it means each year for the period of your investment, you will be getting 10 Rand, 10 Rand, 10 Rand, 10 Rand. And at the end of 5 years, that is 50 Rand plus the 100 Rand, and it's 150 as your accumulated amount. Now moving on to compound interest, which is given by A is equals to P1 plus I to the power N. The variables here still denotes the same thing. A is your accumulated, P your principal, and I effective interest rate, and N the period of an investment. The difference with compound interest is that the interest N is dependent on the accumulated amount at that point. In other words, if you initially started with 100 Rand and you expect to earn 10% at the end of the year, that will be 10 Rand, so that will be 110. And in the following year, the interest is then calculated as 10% of the 110 and not the 100 Rand. Right. Depreciation now means loss of value, or for a better word, decrease in value. Right. So if your asset is decreasing in value, this means the value that you're going to end up with will be less than what you started with. Hence, in depreciation, your A is less than your P. P is what you started with, or the starting value of your asset. Starting value of asset. And your A will then be the book value, or the decreased value of your asset at the end of the period N. Simple depreciation would mean your asset is decreasing by the same value every period. This can be monthly or annually or quarterly, depending on the period. Compound depreciation is the same as simple depreciation in terms of how we explain the concept. You have an asset which initially has a higher value, that will be P, but at the end of N, the value is A, which has decreased. The difference here is that the depreciation or the decrease happen compoundedly and not simple. In other words, it doesn't decrease by the same value per period. Nominal and effective annual rate of interest. When we speak of nominal, this is the quoted interest, and then effective, it is the real cost of either borrowing or lending, right? So the nominal interest rate refers to the quoted interest rate, while the effective interest rate is the real cost of either borrowing or lending. Okay, or even what your investment is growing by, right? This is the real growth of investment. Okay, with those concepts in mind and that quick revision, I want us to then start looking at the exercise. So one thing to also highlight is that we have a formula that we use to convert your nominal rate into your effective interest rate, or your quoted rate into your effective interest rate, where M denotes the compounding period. where if we are compounding annually, your M is 1. If we are compounding biannually, your M will be 2. If we are compounding quarterly, we have 4 quarters in a year, so your M will be 4. If we are compounding daily, in a year we have 365 days, your M will be 365. If we are compounding weekly, your M is going to be 52, since we have 52 weeks in a year. In the next video, we will then be looking at past paper questions just as revision for grade 12 financial mathematics. See you on the next video. Thank you.